Hello, this is Kathy at Attic Treasures, etc. Welcome back to my channel. So in my last paper making video, I think I mentioned that I had some papers that I had put some seeds and caraway seeds, poppy seeds, and some of this glitter confetti and things like that. And I wasn't real happy with the way that it turned out because it seemed like the seeds were coming right off. But I thought, well, I might as well keep playing with it and see what happens. So I ran it through my Cuttlebug embosser and I got this beautiful pattern. And then I took one, did the same thing, but I highlighted it with, I just kind of rubbed it over lightly over the embossed area with some distress ink. And I really like the way that turned out. But the neat thing is that the seeds that had been kind of wiping off just got totally embedded in the paper. It's not real thick anymore and it's very smooth. And it has the added bonus of smelling like licorice because I used anise seeds. And when you crush the anise seeds, it releases the aroma and it smells delicious. So it doesn't smell as strong right now because it's been a few days since I did this, but I wanted to show you how this works. So you don't necessarily need an embossing folder. You can, if you have a Cuttlebug or an embossing machine or even a tofu press, I think a tofu press would work. The main thing is that you need to, here, let me move this out of the way for a second. The main thing is that you just need to get them pressed and compressed. So I'm going to take three. One of them is really thick, one of them is not as thick, and I'm just going to put it on my I'm going to fold them in half so that they fit a little bit better. Here, so what I've done is I've taken the thin die adapter, which is a little bit thicker than the other cutting mats, and then put my 3 sheets on there, fold it in half, and the embossing folder on top of everything. And let's see what happens. I'm going to move it forward a little bit. Been a couple of days since I've done this, so I hope I got it right. So yeah, this is a lot smoother, at least on this side, and this is too, but this one is not. So this one was on the bottom. Let's try it again with the two. Let's try the thin die adapter and the cutting mat. Oh, this might work. So without the embossing folder, but with the thin die adapter and one of the regular cutting mats. Oh yeah. Okay, so now they're beautiful and flat, and this one I could put through again, maybe turn it over. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn them over. This one doesn't need it. This one flattened out really nicely and it smells delicious again, and totally embeds all of the seeds and crushes them and puts them like in the paper. So it's like it's bonding with the paper, if that makes any sense. Okay, so now this texture is very smooth. And you can feel the seeds a little bit, but not like you could before, and there's nothing coming off. So if you've done this before and you have a book press, then you know how that works. I don't have a book press, and I'm probably not really in the market for one. What I would like to try with my Cuttlebug is opening up a sheet and putting it through with this beautiful embossing folder that I found at an estate sale the other day, but it's long, obviously for making cards, and probably a different embossing machine, maybe a Sizzix or something like that. I don't have one of those. but I thought I would give it a try, and we'll just see how it goes. So I'm going to take a couple of sheets, put it right in the center, and I think what I'm going to have to do is put it through the Cuttlebug this way and then turn it over and put it through that way. So let's see. I'm going to have to move stuff out of the way or I'm going to be running into it. Okay, so I need the base plate, and then not the thin die adapter this time, this the regular one, and then my embossing folder and the other sheet that goes on top. Okay, so let's take it out and put it through the other way. I see Cuttlebugs at thrift stores all the time. I bought mine off of the Facebook Marketplace years ago, and it's still going strong. So I like that. That came out really pretty. Look at that. It smashed all the seeds. It smells delicious. And I can use this in my junk journals. So there you go. You can take the really thick pieces of handmade paper and put it through an embossing machine like I did. Sometimes I see tofu presses at the thrift store, so you might try that as well. I'll go get mine and I'll show you what it looks like. So this is a tofu press, and it has these knobs that you just twist, and what you do is you put the tofu in here, the block, and then you squeeze it down, and it drains all the liquid out of the tofu. I'll take some and take a bunch here. I have a plethora. These are really thick. Did anybody see Three Amigos? That movie with Steve Martin and Martin Short and Chevy Chase from a long time ago. I love the part where the guy is saying plethora, and El Guapo, the antagonist in the movie, says, "You keep saying plethora. Do you even know what a plethora is?" So every time I hear that word, I think of that. Okay, and just for good measure, I'm going to take the little embossing folder. So like I said, you can use cardboard or whatever you have, I guess. Because ultimately it'd be good to have a book press, but I just want to see if this will work. Trying to get it as tight as possible so I get even pressure. And that looks like it's pretty tight. So I'm going to turn the camera off, and I'll come back in a little bit and see how it worked. So while the tofu press is doing its magic, I'm going to take my Gilder's Paste Wax in Antique Gold and just go over the embossed areas with this gold wax and see what happens. So what do you think? Do you like trying new things in your junk journals or your art journals or whatever? This making paper was definitely a new thing for me. I had never done it before, never even considered doing it before. Um, but it is so much fun and super satisfying when it's all done. So this is almost like lace. Oh, so pretty. Okay, let's see what happened to the paper in the tofu press. See if we've made any progress. I have no idea how long to leave it in. Actually, not much of an effect at all. Wonder if it would be better if I left it overnight. It did smooth it out some, but not a lot. So that bears some more research, I think. Anyway, I just wanted to show what you can do with your paper if you think it's too thick. You can use an embossing machine and get beautiful papers out of it, like I did with my Cuttlebug. And if you have any kind of an embossing machine and you've never made paper before, I highly recommend putting it through and just having some fun with it. But anyway, so if you enjoyed this and you got some new tips out of it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to have you join me in future videos. So please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I've uploaded new content. I'll see you in my next video. So let the serendipity find you, everyone, and happy crafting. Bye for now.